Welcome to UniCast, UniSA student radio station. I'm Neelu Sharma, journalism lecturer and station director of UniCast. And welcome to The Loop, which is UniCast's current affairs program. Today, we are very lucky to be joined by the students of Charles Campbell College in South Australia. These students are representing Fusion Racing and are the only full South Australian team rather, that will represent Australia at the largest STEM competition in the world. And they, not me, will be competing against around 80 of the best teams. The winners will receive a scholarship to the Williams Formula One Team Engineering Academy. And the competition challenges students to design and engineer a miniature F1 car that is powered by a CO2 canister and that can travel up to 80 kilometers per hour on a 20-meter track. So enough from me. Welcome to UniCast team. I'd like to start by introducing everyone to our listeners. So can you one by one tell us who you are?
Hello, I'm Isaac Cavallo and I'm the car engineer.
I'm Aiden Saville and I'm the marketing manager of the team.
I'm Mavrin Anchetta, I'm the team manager.
I'm Ruby Cartwright, the pit display engineer.
And I'm Sasha Morrison, the graphic designer and sponsorship manager. Also important to add, we have another car engineer. His name is Joey Lai. However, he is not in attendance today.
Thank you so much, team. So let's get a start. We'd love to know so much more about this. Over the past few years, I've been very lucky to interview you, and it seems to be a regular thing. I think Charles Campbell College seems to have some sort of magic in terms of their engineering teams and the work that they do.
STEM Racing is a worldwide STEM competition. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Maths. These elements play into the two main parts of the competition, your engineering and your enterprise. Engineering contains the car, the pit display, the racing, and the enterprise side includes your enterprise portfolios, marketing, branding, project management, budgeting, and just organizing the team as a whole. So it's run around the world, and I think a lot of countries do run it differently, but they all come together at the world finals and we'll compete against each other to see who's done the best.
I'm Isaac. I'm a car engineer, and what my job involves is designing a 3D model of a car through a computer program, which we develop and design through the time that we have. The car, after manufactured through a CNC machine, is made of polyurethane foam, and it is carved to match the model we created. It also involves making renders for the car, so the rest of the team can make marketing items out of it. It involves manufacturing the car itself, so sanding, painting, and making sure you have to comply with regulations. There's a set of regulations to comply with, so make sure you be careful with all of your design choices.
I'm Aiden Saville and I'm the marketing manager of our team. So basically what I do is I create social media posts for our various platforms to try and reach our target audience. I also interact with some of our stakeholders through sort of our emails. I give them monthly newsletters and updates on how the team is doing. And I also create marketing products for us to better advertise ourselves at public events. And yeah, that's basically what I do.
I'm Mavrin, I'm the team manager of Fusion Racing. As a team manager, I kind of look across the entirety of my teammates and what they do, but for this comp especially, I focus on the project management portfolio and how we manage the team and what we do to control what we have and the constraints, assumptions, and all the risks that are a part of doing this competition.
Right, I'm the pit display engineer, and my job basically consists of designing a booth on CAD that consists of all of our enterprise, which is more of our marketing and branding information, as well as our engineering, the car, two posters on there that go through our journey through the creation process. And then I bring it to life through just different materials such as aluminum poles, cardboard, whatever other fabrics are necessary. But basically, when we build it at the competitions, just people get to go around and see how we have gone about taking our best approach to the competition.
I'm the graphic designer and sponsorship manager, and those two roles do go hand in hand. So, as the graphic designer, it is my responsibility to ensure that our branding is consistent across all platforms, which includes our graphics, our logo, our color scheme, typography. So, that needs to stay the same across our portfolios, our pit display, the car decals must align, but also with sponsorship. I work closely with our collaborators and our stakeholders to try to get either monetary or in-kind collaborations. I also work closely with the marketing manager to develop and design marketing products, which are displayed across all of our deliveries.
Can you tell me, how did you qualify for the World Finals?
So for World Finals, Fusion Racing was already a team from the beginning of 2024, and we prepared for the competition in state finals in South Australia, which was held at the Royal Adelaide Show in September last year. And for us, we got overall second place, with first place being Emphasis, another team from our school. And we both qualified for national finals, which was at the beginning of this year. And due to other issues, it was postponed until May. And in the course of the time we were there, for nationals in the development level, specifically, we ended up becoming the national champions of the development class. And out of the invitations that they give out at nationals, we were one of the teams that were lucky enough to get the opportunity to qualify for World Finals. Although we are at a development level, it is a very good opportunity, as most of the invitations they give out are for professional level teams, and for development class teams, they normally collaborate with other professional teams to become one team of maximum 6 members. However, because we got an individual invitation for our team, all of us are very thankful that we're able to go to Singapore all together without having to be disbanded or separated.
That's a huge achievement. Beautiful. Tell me, how is the competition structured when you actually arrive in Singapore?
So basically, the competition it spans over 4 days, and it includes. So on the first day, we go in with our car, and then two people who like judges. They've usually competed in the competition in the past. They do car scrutineering, so they use a bunch of tools to check that our car has complied with all of the regulations, and then we do the pit display build. So we have an allocated area where we can place our pit display that Ruby has designed throughout the competition. So we'll build it out of connectors and poles, and then we will place posters on this frame, and then we'll set up with all of our like marketing materials and stuff like that on our pit display. And then we will just go home because it's the first day, and then we'll go back to not home. We'll go back to a hotel, and then we'll arrive the next day, and we will compete in Grand Prix racing. So basically, it's like there's a 4-lane track, and then teams compete to get the best times. And then the teams, I don't know how many teams qualify for the next stage, which is knockout racing, where you actually race against other teams to get. So in Grand Prix, you're just trying to get a good time, but in knockouts, you're just facing other teams and trying to beat them. And so across the span of the 4 days, there will also be interviews with the judges. So there'll be a verbal presentation where we tell the judges about what we've been doing, some of our biggest innovations throughout the competition. And then eventually the judges will come to us, to our pit display, and they'll have an interview about how we've created our pit display, how it aligns with our branding, and they'll ask us a bunch of questions. And then our final interview is our engineering interview. So basically, Joey and Isaac, we'll all go into the interview, but they will mainly speak about our car, our innovations, how we designed it, and they'll show the judges our CAD models, and we'll be scored on all these categories, and hopefully we place well.
Before I go into the next question, can I ask you about the innovations? Can you share with us one example of an innovation that your team has created?
Well, as one of our biggest innovations, we wanted to cut down sustainability not only on our school level, but a larger level. So we created, as you know, like we use CO2 canisters, which are not very good for the environment because we just have tons of them lying around, and they could have negative impacts on the environment. if discarded improperly, the canisters can last 200 years in landfill. And so we created an alternative firing system to the canisters. So it uses a slingshot mechanism to propel the car down the track. And we were going to try and reduce carbon emissions on a higher level than just our own school for the whole competition.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's fantastic. So can you tell me, team, how is STEM incorporated into the competition?
Well, as there are multiple aspects to the competition, such as the enterprise and the engineering, there is a lot of opportunity for STEM to be present. Technology is a really large part from STEM, which is obviously because we use CAD and CAM software to not only design and manufacture cars, however, also programs to use graphic design, portfolios, other online deliverables. Science is seen through the engineering and the aerodynamics that we have to use, especially when calculating tipping point, which also goes towards the mathematical elements. However, engineering is obviously seen very much on not only the engineering side of the car, however, the CAD software used to design the pit display and the marketing materials, and just overall STEM connects through this program in all aspects, making it accessible for everyone to do something that they enjoy.
And tell me, linking on from all of that complexity that you've talked about, how do you build the race cars and how do they actually work?
So the race cars are obviously they are designed prototypes. Since there's two engineers, we sort of collaboratively design the car to make it as aerodynamic as possible. Then the file is sent to a computer numerical control machine, or CNC for short, and we place a polyurethane foam block in there so it carves out to the model that we created on the CAD program. After that, we do light sanding since the foam material already comes out relatively smooth. There's not too much sanding, because if you do sand too much, then you might actually just remodel your car, which is not great. Then you use different materials, liquids, paints, and whatever to get a nice finish on your car. So we might use primer, spray putty to smoothen it out, and then finish off with an amount of coats of spray paint, considering how much weight the car has, because obviously there's regulations on how much weight you can have. So we can use these paints and stuff to put the weight to where we want it. Then we used acrylic water slide decals to design the car.
Excellent. You guys know your stuff for sure. So besides the race cars, what else do you need to do and complete for the competition?
There are three main segments, I guess, of what's being scored. There's enterprise, engineering, and pit display. Basically, for enterprise and engineering, we have all these different portfolios where we cover basically all the information necessary towards the creation of our car, branding, product, team identity, and all other similar aspects. We write those down, and judges score these portfolios against other teams to see who's sort of gone about explaining their journey the best. Pit display, that's another major part, as not this competition, I suppose. But anyway, we create a booth with all of our information, as I listed before, how we've gone about competing this competition, and they once again compare it to other teams, see which team has fitted within all the regulations, and basically gone the best about the competition. Presentations are another large part, as we have the verbal presentation and engineering presentation, and it's all really tied into the one thing about how we've gone about it. And they were described earlier, what we say in them, but those are scored. So all up, we get total points. I believe it's out of 1010, I believe.
Yeah, 1,000.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And how can our listeners support your team as you journey through this, hopefully to success?
Yes, as you said, hopefully to success. We are all praying for the best for Fusion Racing. However, I would just like to mention before I answer this question how immensely grateful we are for all of the support that we have gained from our online followers, our friends, family, stakeholders, especially the University of South Australia. I'm unsure if we've thanked you yet for actually having us on this podcast, but if not, thank you so much. But ways that people in the public and just listening can support Fusion Racing is just by spreading the word. Follow us on our social media accounts, and we have a GoFundMe set up trying to help us raise the funds to get there, because let's face it, this is an international trip is not the most cost-effective thing. However, we are striving for greatness, and with the support of the community, I believe we can get there.
Tell us about your socials. How can we connect with your social media and show you some more support?
We have a bunch of social media and digital media sites such as Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn. They can all be found on our Linktree, which is a website where you can attach all of your essentially your accounts, so it's all in one place. However, I think our predominant site that we use for marketing and promotion is Instagram, and our account handle is fusion.racing23, which we obviously, because our team was first created midway through 2023. However, we weren't a competitive team until 2024.
I want to wish you and the entire team the very best of luck from everyone at UniSA, especially the students. Wishing you all the very best, and thank you for your time today.